Could Hunter Biden ruin chances of a 2024 presidential win for Joe Biden? I'm Gage, and this is America Divided. 298 days until Election Day in America. And as many of you guys have probably heard, Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, the crack smoker, is currently under investigation for some crimes. On Wednesday, Hunter Biden made a shocking appearance at his own contempt hearing. According to Fox News, Hunter Biden unexpectedly appeared with his attorneys at the House Oversight Committee's meeting Wednesday morning to consider the resolution that, if passed, would set up a full House vote on whether to hold him in a contempt of Congress for defying a congressional subpoena as part of the House impeachment inquiry against President Biden. The House Oversight Committee met for a markup Wednesday at 10 a.m. to consider the resolution that recommends contempt proceedings against the first son after he refused to comply with a subpoena compelling him to appear for a closed-door deposition before the House Oversight and Judiciary Committees. I know Hunter Biden's an idiot. I know he's a moron, but not showing up after being subpoenaed is really dumb. I know a lot of Democrats are confused as to why Joe Biden's son is in all this trouble, but I just find it funny. Look at Trump's kids. They're not getting in any trouble. But you look at Joe Biden, the crime family, right? The Biden crime family. Joe Biden's son, Hunter, is in all this stuff. I mean, he's photos of him smoking crack. This really, I feel, makes America look weak. What do you think the world leaders around the world are thinking right now? I can't even imagine. Biden and his attorneys Ab Lowell and Kevin Morris came to the Capitol Hill to sit in the audience as lawmakers on the panel considered whether to pass the resolution out of committee. Biden's attorneys ultimately left before the vote on the resolution. Of course they did, because they're cowards, and what do cowards do? They run. It's pretty sad, but this is ultimately what we're dealing with. This is America right now. This is our president's son. I hope he goes to prison for a long time. And I also hope Joe Biden goes to prison, because they're all crooked. That is America right now. Like, you can't trust anyone. I grew up believing that the leaders we elected were respectable people. I'm in my early 20s, and looking at this now, it really makes me feel like you can't trust anyone in power, because they're doing this for their own personal gain. And it's pretty sad. You know, you have Hunter Biden, Trump said this in 2020, we got to make sure the big guy gets a cut. Hunter Biden said that to the Ukraine. Everyone was like, nah, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Really? You don't believe that they're not ripping us off, and they're not making sure that big guy, Vice President Biden at the time, was getting his cut? What do you think these politicians are in politics for? To make America good? No. If you think that, you're dumb. These politicians, other than Trump, are in there to essentially get rich. When Hunter was leaving the hearing, a reporter asked him this.
Would you please, I'll answer your question if you be quiet and let me make a statement, okay?
What kind of crack do you normally smoke, Mr. Biden?
What kind of crack do you usually smoke, Hunter? I think America's wondering. This is really what everyone wants to know, is what type of crack do you smoke? In all seriousness, though, I just can't believe this is our president's son. This is the first son of America. It makes me sad. This is the future of our country. And if we don't do something, and it's more than just winning the 2020 election, it's more than just winning the House, the Senate, and the presidency. We need to do something that's going to last longer than another 4 years. In reality, we need to be having a bigger conversation. What the left is doing is not good for the future of this country, for the future of Americans, for young Americans growing up today. If I were 10 years old right now and I knew what was going on, I'd be scared. This wasn't going on 15 years ago. This wasn't going on 20 years ago. Yes, there were scandals in Washington. There's always been scandals in Washington, but nothing compared to this. The Democrats were so desperate to win in 2020 that they put up who they thought was going to be one of the most popular presidents in history. And they claim he is because he got 81 million votes. They're clinging on to Barack Obama, the first black president, and they think that because he was so popular, really, he wasn't popular. They think that because they think he was, that their best course of action is to put up his VP. That's a wrong decision for the Democrats. And I really feel that Democrats are going to realize soon that their current decisions are not good for the long term of the party. Right now, a lot of Democrats and liberals and moderates their party is turning into the party of woke and PC culture, and that's not what America was built on. I say this all the time. We created the Revolutionary War in the 1700s to leave England because of taxation without representation. And we are now one of the most taxed nations on the planet. If you are at any means successful in any way, and I don't mean Elon Musk or Bill Gates level success. I mean, you make 6 figures a year, or you have a good job, or, you know, you have a combined household income, but maybe both you and your spouse make 6 figures a year. In the eyes of the government, you are the enemy, and they're going to take everything from you because you don't deserve to own anything. That is this socialist communist way of thinking that is currently infiltrating Washington. You see it with Bernie Sanders, and I would argue he's to a lesser extent. The liberals are actually doing this, and eventually they're going to say you have no right to own land, you have no right to own a house, you have no right to anything. They want the future of this world to be compact cities like New York in Boston, where they can control you. You're gonna wear a mask because they tell you to. You're gonna take this vaccine because they're gonna tell you to. And you don't want to do it, you're gonna be slapped with fines. You're gonna be humiliated in front of your peers. You're going to be arrested. You're going to be cast out, and they're going to tax you for it too. They're going to tax you, and they're going to tax you, and they're going to tax you. And I'd argue the Republicans are just as bad. Donald Trump, Vivek Ramaswamy, and the independent candidate Robert Kennedy Jr. are the 3 most sane people running right now. The most sane. What does that tell you, America? Other than the voter irregularities in 2020, Donald Trump would have won that election hands down if Twitter and the mainstream media hadn't have suppressed the Hunter Biden laptop scandal right before the election in 2020. It was just like the Hillary email scandal in 2016. These corrupt POSs, I'm not going to say what it actually is, but you guys all know at home. They're bad. And we need to do something about it. We need to do something about it fast, because this is not going to end anytime soon. I'm curious, comment down below your thoughts on this. I'm assuming most of you guys are pretty pissed off with the Bidens, and I don't blame you. I am too. Thank you guys all for watching America Divided. Please like, subscribe, comment, and follow. Share this with all your friends and get the truth out there to the American people. I've been Gage, and see you later.